That can't be good.
Without further ado, play my shit! Whoa.
What's up, guys? T-Croc here. Welcome to the vlog. Small recap. So, past few days I've been working on the car, trying to find this fuel issue. Now, at first, I thought because since I had a 255 Walbro fuel pump from when I was boosted, that the fuel pressure regulator, that the stock one that I was using for a temporary, because my fitting was bad and it was leaking, so I put the stock one in so I could, you know, start the car up and have it run. So I thought the stock fuel pressure regulator was getting overrun because I thought it might have been too much pressure. So I, you know, replaced the fittings that were leaking and put the aftermarket one back on. If you guys didn't know, it was a Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. I've had it for years. I should say 10 years. And so then I double checked the O2 sensors. I basically was ruling out everything. So then I swapped the injectors over. I had a few spare stock ones, so I was just like, maybe an injector stuck open or something like that. So I swapped all of those out, and I thought I fixed the issue. It wasn't leaking any more fuel out of the exhaust. It was running a lot better. So I moved on to the next task, and basically was, you know, I had a lot of loose wires. So I was, you know, tightening those up, you know, getting those out the way, because I wanted to let the car run a little longer, and I didn't want any of the exhaust heat to melt any of the wires. So when I was doing all this of tightening up all the wires and get those out the way, I noticed it was leaking fuel again. Fuck! So the issue was not fixed. So I was getting really fed up about the car. Took a few days off. Went back up to the shop today and was like, all right, I got a game plan. I'm gonna make sure that the fuel pressure regulator is not bad, or make sure that the pressure is not too much. And they say between 38 and 42 PSI is what you should run. It ran 42 PSI. That's what it's reading. And then you unplug it, you unplug the vacuum source, and it should shoot up to like 50, which it did. So that ruled that out. So that means fuel pump's working, fuel pressure regulator's working. So while all this is going on, I'm using EvoScan, which, you know, if you guys didn't know, it's the data logger that the Evos use. You guys can use it as well. I think it actually branches out to a lot of other cars. So I hooked it up to EvoScan while I was running to make sure O2 sensors were reading, making sure none of the fuel trims were out of whack or anything like that. I got O2 readings. I had coolant temperature. Everything looked good. So I'm moving on to the next issue. Now, there's this feature that a lot of people do not know that EvoScan has. You can actually turn off the injectors for this particular issue. And I didn't think about this at first until just a few minutes ago. And basically you can single out the injectors. So basically you're cutting the power off to the injectors to rule out which one's bad. And when you cut it off, the car should run bad. Or like if you hear how it's running and then you cut the injector off, it should start running horribly. And then you can cut it back on and it should run back to how it was. So this is what I did. I went to every single one and cut off the power to every single one to rule out to see how many injectors were bad. Unfortunately, only one is bad, and it's cylinder number 1. Now, I don't know if the injector's bad or maybe the wiring is bad, because what happened was when I cut the power off to cylinder 1, the car ran the same. When I cut off the power to the rest of them, the car ran horribly. So something is telling that injector either A, keep firing fuel and not cut off. So it's either A, the injector could be stuck open, or B, something in the wiring that I'm probably gonna have to look at some more and see why it is still telling to fire fuel or to just keep spraying fuel. So once that issue is done, or I take care of it, which I'm gonna have to address it next week, I'm gonna be looking into, if you guys didn't know, I use tierstone.com. They have the factory service manual online, and you can download it up as PDF, and it basically is the service manual versus using like Haynes. They both work great, but I just like that one because it's online and it's easier to access to, and I don't have to pay for it. It's free, totally free. There's also a lot of good information for 3Gs on that website if you didn't know. So I gotta go to work for the next 6 days. While I'm at work, I will be looking at what powers those injectors, you know, just ways to rule it out, because it basically gives you a step-by-step process of how to rule things out like that. And in my opinion, either A, I just have horrible luck and I put another stuck injector in there, or maybe it's a bad O-ring, bad seal, or it could be something in the wiring that I'm just overlooking and it's making it constantly fire. So that's where I'm at with the car right now. Figure I'd give you guys an update. Once it's fixed, I will let you guys know, and I will see you guys next time.